bring this back. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. And it closes the loop between what are our expectations and what is actually happening, which we call performance. There are three types of feedback. Positive feedback. We provide positive feedback when we want behaviors repeated. So if we're talking about positive or supportive, we're going to talk about outstanding, improved, and continuous behavior deserves feedback. Okay? What's the best way to deliver feedback? Text and email, phone call, or in person. We know from what we talked about earlier that when we deliver any message in person, the chance of understanding or connecting increases, so why not deliver it in person if we can? Okay? So we have supportive feedback, also positive, on outstanding, improved, and continuous. But when performance isn't there, oftentimes we use negative feedback to destroy or disrupt. I'm challenging you today to replace negative, take the word negative and replace it with challenge. We challenge our people by asking the question, how can I help? And encouraging them to ask, how can I improve? And we work together as coach and player to produce a greater result through that process. All right, so I mentioned earlier, one of the biggest challenges that I hear my leaders say is, I'd like to give more feedback, but there isn't enough time. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to pair up in twos. What we're going to do, here's what your assignment is. When I say go, I want one person in each group to give continuous feedback based on what you've experienced today or what we've talked about today, and I want you to provide feedback for 60 continuous seconds. So Tom, for 60 continuous seconds, I want you to provide feedback, okay? So everybody pair up, pick up who's going to go first.
So you're here to provide feedback.
You're going to be the observer for the first, okay? All right.
Wait,
I'm timing. Go! Okay, what did you experience? A minute is a long time. Okay, now you didn't prepare and you would prepare, but feedback can happen in a split moment. Okay, I watched, a couple things I watched, body language, digging for words, praying like we talked about, but and part of that was preparation, but a minute, I saw several of you look at me to make sure I was still keeping time. It was only 60 seconds, but a minute's a long time. Okay, so the greatest challenge I get from my leaders of why we don't provide feedback or what's difficult about feedback is there's not enough time. I think we just showed an example of what 1 minute of quality feedback could be if you had time to prepare and provide. It's meaningful. You can deliver quality content and quality information to your team, and it doesn't take hours.